Well, hello. This place looks familiar. Is that because it's time for the return to journey through the frontiers of Eberron? Yes, the rumors are true. Contrary to popular belief, rumors of our demise have been greatly exaggerated. Welcome, one and all, to Frontiers of Eberron. I am your humble GM, Michael St. Gregory, alongside the Wyrmwatchers themselves. I always have to remember to flip my hands for the camera. Let's go around the virtual table, as it were, and reintroduce ourselves from left to right, and then bottom row, starting with Matt.
Oh, that's me. You're used to seeing me in this square, except today I'm not the dungeon master. I know that hasn't happened in quite a bit, but I am playing everybody's, well, I can't say everybody's favorite artificer. We only had like 17 of them in this game. One of your favorite artificers, Silas Hayden. Decaneth, as everybody has just figured out, is his proper surname. But my real name's Matt, War Torn Knight, all the things down that yonder. Fine. Yeah. Next.
That's you, Taylor.
Well, hello. My name is Taylor, also known as Nerdy Pinup Girl on all social media platforms, especially the TikToks. I am playing Madame Ivara Loravier, who is the Madame head of the brothel in Wyrmwatch, but she is also the Witch of Wyrmwatch, a subclass made by the amazing Neo Soul God on TikTok. Y'all make sure to check him out.
And let's go to the crazy guy.
Yeah! Hi! I'm Daddy Tarzan 82855 on all social media platforms. I'm playing a character that probably should have been dead a long time ago. Alfie Umberbeard,
Very
resident artificer and demolitions expert. Is he an expert, though? Only time will tell.
In his own mind, he certainly is. Dia.
Hey guys, I'm Dia, also known as diaval.cos on most social media platforms, most active on TikTok and Instagram. I play Sister Mirashana, our Divine Soul Sorcerer, recently turned Paladin, potentially former of the Silver Flame Church. We'll see, it's complicated.
And finally, Ren.
Hi, I am Ren, known as Maskren on TikTok. I play Evan, who is a very completely normal person who should not be here, druid. And yeah, we'll see what happens today.
Yes, we certainly will see what happens today when we get ready to be diced. Let's ride. I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Right at the start? You can't just start off
Right.
like that. Are you crazy?
And all of you watching at home will be able to see it through our wonderful D&D Beyond map that we are now using.
No. You said everybody, so them at home, they have to make a dexterity
Oh,
saving throw,
That's true.
too.
Okay, so we've got a 19,
Interactive
a 23.
You're going to have to give me a minute because I'm going to have to roll my D20 and then look up my stats because I'm still struggling
worries.
with getting it up
5.
on D&D Beyond or Roll20.
A 6. Oh no.
That is not good.
So we ended
All right,
last
well.
session on me failing a saving throw, and we're starting this one the same way.
Can I save someone considering I rolled in that 20? Enough time to just grab one of these?
You can choose one. but
There's no
let me
saving
know
Silas.
after I set this up. You have entered the underground entrance of the Endless Mountains, entering the beginning of an area that most would know as Kyber, the Underdark of this world. Your party, unfortunately now, you realize, has diminished with a cave-in from rocks that fall behind you, leaving only the 5 of you after waking up from a sudden cave-in, and only the purple illuminated light of crystals sparsely strewn about through the cave walls. Mira, you at the last moment are able to realize the rocks are falling, and you have the ability to get one of your party members out of the way. And you see that it is between Silas and Ivara.
I grab Ivara because she is the closest in proximity to me at that moment, and I'm not sure if I could physically grab Silas.
I would say, prior to this cave-in, Alfie would touch Silas on the shoulder. Is it just me, or is it a slight rumbling? And as he does that, he casts Flash of Genius on Silas.
Ah, okay. So you'll be able to add a D4.
Oh, it's
No,
a plus 5 to the roll.
Oh, plus
Yeah,
5.
It's his what's called his intelligence mod.
I'll say this: you won't take as much damage as you could have from
This brings me up to a 10.
from a crumbling mountain. So I will be gentle on you. You're only going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damge.
Ooh, that's
That's
better.
A nice knock on the head.
So I was just
Tried to warn you.
tries ducking out of the way, and unfortunately not super successful.
As you all dust yourselves off, you realize not all of you made it from the other side of the entrance, as there's only the 5 of you.
Well, this is a strange turn of events. I guess I'm in charge now. Is that right? I mean,
No, you are not in charge. Absolutely not.
Alfie, you're in
Sit
charge
down
of
and
some
keep your rockets
things.
on you, all right? Just
Yeah,
don't blast them.
Yeah.
at this time, Alfie's going to do a quick survey of the cave-in, trying to get an understanding if it's demolitionable, or if it's able to be demolished safely, or if it's going to cause more damage than good.
While you do that, give me, what is your passive perception?
Passive is, scroll up, 11.
Okay. Can you give me a perception check, please?
Let's
You know, as much as I do loathe to admit it, we are underground, and therefore into Alfie's wheelhouse. Not that he should be in charge, of course, but you know.
I feel like you're leading yourself down a path I don't think you want to travel. Here.
Alfie, as you kind of
Mira,
survey
not
the area,
this.
and as everybody is checking in with each other, Alfie, you don't hear the footsteps of someone creeping up behind you, and suddenly you feel a dagger to your back.
Ooh! Owie! Owie, who's stabbing
Victor, would you
me?
mind letting us know why you have a dagger to Alfie's back?
You're muted.
You mind doing it with your microphone on? That would be nice.
No. After hearing that commotion and being in a heightened state of survival, Ichabod makes his way following the sounds of the voices and not recognizing the group. He just moves quietly and manages to get himself right behind Alfie, putting the dagger right behind him and sneering as he just gives me one good reason why I do not take you down right here where you stand.
I would like to point out that you currently placed a dagger right into my bag of holding where a decent amount of explosives is currently stored. Therefore, we'll take at least you and I both out, possibly my compatriot Silas over here, maybe even Evan. Please don't stab me.
Yeah, there is a wand pointed over Mr. Emberbeard's short frame directly at you, sir, and just going to go, we definitely don't want whatever's in any bag that my friend here has to do anything that it's not supposed to before it's supposed to.
Then start talking. Who are you?
Alfie Emberbeard, demolitions expert and member of the somebody help me here.
Who do I have with me? I'm going to gesture to Ivara, because I believe that she has one, and just say, neighborhood watch from a little town called Wyrmwatch. You can see that she is adorned with a deputy star.
Pretend there's a star there. She's gonna. She's gonna.
And that's the only reason why you're looking there.
Yes. It absolutely is.
Ivara's gonna just very calmly step forward, and she goes, I'm terribly sorry if we're imposing on you. It's just, we've managed to, we were trying to find ourselves a friend of ours, and seems that we have gotten lost, and now we're stuck underground. We don't really know exactly how we got here, but by means, we did not mean to end up here and bother you, sir.
GM, how much person does this person seem like a person?
I need that on a t-shirt.
That's a vibe. That's a total vibe.
Somebody clip that. That was the best question I have ever gotten as a DM. Give me an insight check.
Insight. Not my strongest, that, but it's
okay.
Fine. 21.
Not your strongest. Bullshit.
I rolled a 17.
You know an animal from a person.
The thing that immediately you are seeing is his fangs. And what causes a shiver down your spine is this person is exactly the type of person that you saw pretty much setting Wyrmwatch on fire before you teleported out of there and landed in the desert with the rest of your party.
Okay, recognizing that, Evan is going to, apropos of nothing, summon Flame Blade, but using the arm that doesn't have the rest of the arm from the elbow, so the blade just extends off of that part of her arm, and it's just, we can do this easy, or we can do this hard.
Sorry.
Alfie.
You see that Ichabod actually just presses the blade slightly tighter to the bag of holding as he just says, flames and explosives. If I am going to go, it'll be a great way to go.
That is a fair point. Evan?
Ichabod, if you could give me an insight check for Ivara's badge that she showed you.
That's a nat 20.
Woo!
Well, for a 27 total, holy Jesus. You do immediately recognize that the badge is part of the authority that was given by the former sheriff, Copper Brass, to this town. And the last thing that you remember was during the chaos, you saw that people had disappeared, and what everybody in town was saying just before you were able to get out of town is that there was no more law enforcement anymore, and a lot of the bandits that were burning this town to the ground were celebrating.
I'm gonna need Ichabod to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, say what?
I need Ichabod to make a strength saving throw.
Okay, yeah, I heard you.
Say it again. One more time for effect. People in the back.
Mm. 14 is a 14 save.
No, it does not. Ibarra is going to be casting Lightning Lure and pull him 10 feet away from Alfie. And he's going to have to take 1d8 of lightning damage, and you will be within 5 feet of me, and Ibarra is just going to hold him there and be like, you do not threaten my fucking people. It's even though I find him annoying as hell, you do not fucking threaten Alfie or anybody on this team. Do you understand me? I'll go stick my boots to fall up your ass. I've had such a bad day.
Do you want to tell me how much that D8 damages, so I can?
Yeah, roll that D8.
It'll be 2d8.
How about the psychic damage?
Shit, just from being yelled at like that. Holy cow.
Yeah, Alfie's just hiding behind the boulder right now.
All right, 2d8. That will be 5 lightning damage.
Ooh, ouchie.
A lasso of electricity, like a herding cattle, pulls you in quickly right to her, and as she tightens her grip, you feel it shock you as it holds on to you, restricting you right now.
So you see that basically it all happens simultaneously as he sort of has a double take to the badge, and it dawns on him, and he's about to speak when the lightning hits him. And he just wait, and it gets yanked, and then you just see him raise his blade in like a non-threatening way, and he just goes, "Wait! You're the watch that disappeared, aren't you?"
I mean, technically, not all of us, but
Like,
You seem familiar at all.
we have been missing, but how long have we been missing?
So, Victor, can you roll
Yes.
a D100?
For what? We're talking about lengths of time?
Fucking time warp!
I don't want to do the time warp, yeah.
Everybody get your burnt toast. We're throwing
yeah.
it at Alfie.
46.
It has been 46 hours.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Ooh.
it's not funny. Like,
When you ask, he just has a moment of probably 46 for 2 days. I remember
All this fucking carnage.
Yes. The attackers seemed very glad to find out that you were gone.
Yeah,
I barely made it out.
Who are you? What are you doing here? What do you have to do with us? Spit it out, or else I'm gonna wrap this lasso around your neck next time, and I'll snap it like a twig.
All right, Sigmara, let's not be too hasty. Everyone's on
You
edge.
just-
We've been through
We
a
just fell
lot.
down a hole of rocks, and we're underground with Alfie, darling. Do you really expect me to be calm in this moment?
I expect you to know better. You know how people are when they're afflicted with significant stress. That's what you help with. Let's do this properly. Introduce
I agree.
ourselves.
I'm just trying to survive.
Ivara is going to do an insight check. That plus 3. So that will be a 13.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I apologize. You cut out. What was that roll for?
Insight. It was a 13.
Yeah. As far as you know, his fear seems genuine about the shock of seeing you all.
Alright, Ivara, after listening to Mira, she's gonna kind of just take a deep breath. She's still just razzled from, almost getting crushed by rocks. Again, being underground with Alfie, so she just kind of, you see her kind of like flip her wrist and the lightning lasso just disappears, and she turns to the gentleman. She goes, I am so terribly sorry. I have lost my ladylike composure there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Ivara. Who might you be?
They say I lost my mind.
You see him just
Shut up, Alfie.
lower his blade and just sheath it back. Ichabod Pierce.
Does that name have any kind of significance?
Does his face
Give
have
me a
anything?
history check.
Just Silas, or
No.
6 for Silas. Oh, well, even with a 20, it's not like every single person in town. But no offense to Ichabod, but no one of significance to you.
Figured I'd check. It's a small town.
Well, it's a pleasure, Ichabod. Again, I'm very terribly sorry about my temper just now. Hopefully you can understand considering the situation, but I see you're just trying to survive, and it seems we are now too, ourselves, so perhaps maybe we can be on the same team while we're trying to work this whole getting out from the underground situation. Are you stuck here too, my friend, or are you just trying to hide away?
He just has a moment where he goes, I did not think myself stuck until... And then he just sort of looks in the direction of all the rocks that fell. So thank you for that.
To be honest, we didn't really do it on purpose, or Alfie didn't do it on purpose this time.
What did I do?
It's just many things have been very unpredictable since we've arrived here.
Life has been very unpredictable for the past few years. But yeah, I agree. Staying together might be a good solution considering those who might be after us.
Oh, they're
Well, who
after
all
you
is
too?
after you?
So you do not know the ones who attacked?
Oh, I know who, but I need to know exactly who is after you and why she is after you. I'm not going to sit here and lay all my cards out on the table and let you take and listen what I tell you. So you're going to tell me your issues before we tell you ours.
I miss these characters so much.
He just has the moment where he looks at you and he has a little, there's pleasure about the wordplay, and he just says, I suppose both our issues can wait.
Ivara just kind of sits there and she goes, I don't think there's really any time to wait right now, considering that we need to get out of here as fast as possible. So you either answer, sweetheart, or we might end up just having a bit of a mishap in the road.
I agree.
As
There's
this
no...
little conversations going on, Alfie's he just grumbles to himself, going back to the cave-in to accomplish what he had originally set off to do, which was assess the damage and see if it's passable or if it's impassable. And as he's
Give me a nature check.
DM question.
didn't even
Yes.
Does
set
Mira,
anything off. No.
having been face to face with other vampires before from Shan, do I cloak Ichabod's fangs?
You see all the recognizable traits and symptoms of vampirism. However, you do realize that his skin tone is not any sort of pale loss. You don't see any pronounced veins in the face or skin. His eyes seem normal and not the milky white gloss over that an undead type would have. So it seems, if only anything, this is the signs of a half-turned person, otherwise known as a dampir.
Like rather nice. I know that.
Ichabod just has a moment regarding Ivar where he says, "You're right. We don't have much time to waste. So I suggest we start moving." And he's just going to turn and start walking away from the rubble.
I was being accused of being unpredictable, causing cave-ins now. No demolitions done on my end.
Ivar at that point is just going to just go, very well then. And she's going to follow behind, but while she's following behind, she's going to cast Summon Familiar, or Find Familiar.
Okay. And what familiar would you like to summon?
You guys will see Bartholomew, and he's going to, this is a flying monkey. He's going to pop up. He has like a little suit and a little hat, and he has thumbs. He also does talk. And you just kind of see him pop up, and he looks around, and Michael, would you like to take on the role of Bartholomew?
Hello, Miss Evora. How may I be of service?
Bartholomew, do you mind seeing about at least helping Alfie assess this whole situation, or see if you can find anything around that could be useful for us, or if anything, just keep an eye out as well as, and she's going to kind of lean down and just be like, do you mind keeping an eye on our new guest, Mr. Ichabod, up there? And she's going to motion to Bartholomew. She's like, just engage in casual conversation, whatever you see fit.
He looks over at you like,
don't worry about it.
Also,
I'm sure it'll be fine. We went to a British accent for a minute.
It must Alfie blow us any up
I was
again.
about to ask.
I'm sorry, can you
Roll-
repeat that, Michael?
I'm just saying, did he blow up the rest of you? Because I see there's less.
Bartholomew, I'm not quite sure at this point, darling, but we're going to find out one way or another. But right now, the only way we can really do is see if we can get out here. But if we can, the only thing we can do is move forward. But I'm just kind of worried about our new guest, and I could always use an extra hand like you, darling.
Oh, it is but a pleasure to serve the wonderful witch of Wyrmwatch. Ooh, that's a good alliteration.
and he just kind of like flies off to the rocks to just see like if there's anything he can move. Clearly, though, no strength ability whatsoever to move giant boulders, but he's trying his best.
Hey, you, little demon thing! Don't touch the rocks before you cause another cave-in.
And he's just
Alfie, I swear to God, you and Bartholomew better get along.
Hey,
He's dying.
keep us alive? Would you care for another helping of large boulders falling in on your head? I saved Silas's ass a second ago.
Listen to me, you piss pot. If you try to move again, I'll cut you.
Fuck.
So aggressive.
So, Bartholomew definitely has a boulder hat. I did not realize that he also was
absolutely.
associated in a monkey
Total
gang. Like, oh my
Peaky
God.
Blinders,
Oh, yeah.
flying monkey.
He's full of people find this monkey.
I
Alfie's
have
gonna,
3
like,
pounds.
Lined up with a decapitated banana in his bed.
I have 3 pounds of compound 4 remaining in my bag, correct? Yep, there and there. 1, 2, 3, 8 fragmentation grenades, good. I believe if I decide to lose my shit, that would be sufficient enough to cause a significant falling.
I'll throw shit in your eye.
Sorry, just talking out loud, sorry. Shall
Evan,
we move ahead?
Evan, would you mind giving me an Arcana check?
Arcana.
Yes.
That's even worse than insight.
I don't know. You rolled last time.
Well,
We'll
pretty
see.
good.
17.
See?
17 will be sufficient. As you get like a sudden head rush of a vibe from this entire area that just feels strange. It's not something that you could immediately identify, as specific magics aren't your forte. You are more in tune with the nature of magic, the magic of nature, I should say. So you do feel, though, that there is a strangeness and unsettling vibe to this entire cave.
Recognizing that, I think she will sidebar Sister Mira. All right, now, 2 things. First of all, that man ain't living, so I ain't too sure why we're keeping him. But, I will bow to the winds of the group, as it were, for now. Second of all, my mama always used to warn me away from the various mouths of the dragon below. So here right now, and this whole place don't feel right. So I just want it to be known by someone other than me that I don't like it here. And if we can leave as soon as possible, that would be very beneficial to my general well-being.
I see. Mira stops and sort of raises her hand, and just a pulse of silvery purple magic sort of echoes from her hands as she casts Divine Sense. Does she pick up anything affected by the Hallow spell or any locations Celestial's feelings are undead within 60 feet as they're walking?
Knowing what you would know about this version of the Underdark, you would sense that this upper layer that seems to only go deeper, should you follow paths to get to at least another side, you sense that it is stronger more below than it is in the general vicinity, where rumors of beasts and aberrations and even fiendish creatures may lurk.
Well, Evan, do you want the good news or the bad news?
The fact that there is bad news unsettles me greatly, so we can start with that.
So the bad news is, darling, we barely scratched the surface. It sort of gets worse going down. The good news is that he is not dead. He is, in fact, half living. So think of that what you will.
Half living, so half dead.
I think that's qualifiable for most of the party, I believe. I mean, we're all halfway in the grave to begin with.
While all of these conversations are happening, Ichabod probably would have started moving a little further in and close to the wall. And as soon as he, trying to look into, whenever none of the group is looking or anything, he, using his dark vision and just trying to keep an eye, he goes into one of the nearest walls, puts a hand, and then starts climbing up.
Ooh.
And basically
These walls,
climbs.
These cavern walls go up about 20 feet, with a large collection of stalactites. I remember that. They're the ones that come down. And embedded in them are these dark crystal formations. If you were to take a closer look at that, you would realize that these are a rich deposit of Kyber crystal, Kyber dragon shard, which more than likely is giving off the strange feeling of unsettling magic. Silas, would you mind giving me a survival check?
You bet your ass I would.
Would
You
there
don't
be
have
any? Would there be
You have a
any?
bad gambling problem, Silas, so I wouldn't bet anything.
Would you say there would be any pieces of deposit of these crystals that could potentially be protruding and small enough for me to, like, if I were to take a cloth and try to reach for it and pull it, I could?
Give me an athletics check.
Do I see this happening?
Absolutely. All of you can see this.
Is it
Just
quite
me,
dark?
just
in
me
here, or do we
spider up
have to-
on the ceiling with.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do we
Okay, 12 for
in here?
survival.
Us humans or human adjacents, I guess.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
The people without dark vision.
Yeah. Do we need torches?
I have dancing lights.
Okay. That leaves my hands free then.
So I would assume with an 8 on nature that Alfie would discern that the
Hold that
the
thought.
entrance is.
So, Ichabod, you try, and despite the fact that you have realized lately that your strength has increased, even though you started out as a commoner amongst Wyrmwatch, even with the tightest of grips, these are deeply embedded into the cavern ceiling. But now I would love for you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Of course.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Starting strong.
That'll be a 16.
You are able to kind of precognitively sense that there is an energy coming off of it that would affect your mind, one that feels familiar from the time that you had to escape from Wyrmwatch and Eleanor Vitae's bandits were about. So you're able to retract yourself, but still keep balance onto the wall. Silas, with 15, you do recognize the two paths that come up with the fork as you send your dancing lights forward. I would say it is within your personal judgment of which direction you feel you would like to go. You just have never been in the mountains before, so it's kind of hard to judge which way is... you don't even know really which way is north at this point. So there's no real easy means of figuring out how to get east to town.
Well, I will say that I rolled well enough to defer that expertise to somebody who might know, be it either our new friend who has been down here, or to our resident dwarf, because underground is kind of their thing.
Stone cutting.
Which, by the way, would it even matter if you added your stone cunning to that 8 nature roll since you're looking at rocks?
Stone cunning gives me advantage on nature checks and survival. It doesn't give me
Did
any
you roll with
bonuses.
advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Shit. Try that.
Which kind of runs along the theme of what will you need, so it works.
Also, just to double check, DM, you said that the energy that I feel from the crystal gives me a bit of a reminisce to the energy from my...
From the incident that happened when you had to escape.
Gotcha. I'm going to say that probably Ichabod makes his way down from the ceiling and sort of jumps back, lands, and then he just... There's crystals in here. I do not like the energy they feel, and I do not suggest you touch them.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard because they are very laden in this. So I would advise you probably don't mess with things that you don't know about.
Yeah, we
Silas,
could have
you
told
would
you
immediately recognize, Silas, that this is exactly the type of shard that was being mined in your town
Exactly,
exclusively.
which is where Silas got enough to work on the prototype that is in his hand.
You start to theorize at that point that all of your party's exposure to Kyber at this point, living in a mining town, has kind of given you not so much an immunity, but a resistance of sorts to the effects that they may have.
Hell yeah.
And you could recognize that if Ichabod has been in town long enough, it may be able to affect him as well.
Quartz, gravel, a little bit of clay there. Ooh, a little ore. Very interesting. Well, folks, I would assume that this, from the integrity of the tunnel at this point and how far in we ventured in, I would say it's rather impossible to retreat from this area. So we'll have to go further into the beast's belly, as it were. Though the survivability of our compatriots is probably close to slim, I think it would be safe to leave a couple of messages along our way to let them know, should they make it past all that rubble, to follow us. And as he says that, he picks up a small stone, traces a sigil over the stone, and an image begins to project up, and its arrow pointing whichever direction he decides to orient it, depending on which direction we end up going. He's going to set it at the center of that fork.
When I cast Divine Sense, did I feel as if the bad vibes were stronger from the left fork or the right fork?
Rolling time.
Neither the left fork nor the right fork. You get the bad vibes from the spoon.
Not the spoon.
No, you only get the
You
bad
would,
vibes if you don't have enough spoons.
You feel a stronger presence from the fork on the right. From the path on the right, excuse me.
Well, if you want to go deeper into the belly of the beast, the right is substantially giving off a much worse presence. Let's put it that way.
I'm gonna say that probably Ichabod, knowing, having seen the dancing lights that have moved in the directions of the two in the fork, he would sort of walk to like the middle area where the two forks split, trying to basically get as close as possible between the two, and just sort of stand still and look in the direction of both, see even if his dark vision helps him, or just trying to sense, be it by hearing or just by anything of his perception, that anything that might hint him to anything potentially either coming or nearby. Or anything.
Give me a perception check with advantage, if you don't mind. And all of you should be able to move your tokens.
Map is dark for me though. Like, I see the reveal on the map here, but the map that I got into on D&D Beyond is not the reveal. The cloud, the fog is still. Oh, there it is. That one I see.
Yeah, because I'm erasing it in real time.
Yeah, but the one on the tunnel on the left, like the top one, that one's still dark on my. Oh, there it is. Now I see it. Thank you. Okay, perception.
Yes.
Advantage. Wait.
Well, I think the most pressing question that needs answered
Wow,
is
that's bad.
what is our intentions? Are we trying to get back to Wyrmwatch, or are we trying to discern the nature of this mining tunnel?
I got a 13, but my passive is 17, if that matters.
Yes, the passive would be much more helpful. So, as you kind of tune your senses, you having been through these paths and the frustration of finally feeling like finally reaching an exit point only to have it completely blocked off, you are able at least to remember the direction that you had started from. But the one thing that you do realize is it strangely feels like it's a different path, as if it had been altered from the way you came.
Oh, God. Great.
He just has a moment where he just sort of
Do you think I was
quietly,
going to make it easy? Come on.
sort of quietly has a moment of something is off. Something is very off.
No, that's just Alfie. You get used to him.
Besides that,
Oh, now I'm genuinely concerned.
did any of
So,
you have
which
a...
way are we going?
Well, Mira is going to start going right because that is her impulse, and she's been told to follow her impulses.
Okay. Going to the right, you reach another fork.
Oh.
I pick it up.
And we make a
Is
meal
there-
out of it.
Is there any sound of wind or anything?
You feel no air, but just the stillness of it.
Okay, so this is gonna sound a little crazy. So Yvara's gonna first just take a rock, she's gonna throw it down one way, and then she's gonna listen to the echo, and then she's gonna take another rock, throw it down the other way, and she's gonna listen to the echo down there. Which one sounds like it's more of an echo?
First of all, take a point of inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
I
Second, roll
I
for
love-
initiative. Fuck.
I love shit like that.
You found
I
Rose.
learned
you-
from Paul.
You throw a rock that you see, and something interesting happens. It echoes from your left, and then somehow you hear it bounce behind you from the right as well.
Ooh, interesting.
All right, so what I'm getting here is that this is gonna just put us in a circle.
Oh, I was supposed to double my proficiency on this one.
Maybe.
Oh.
What happens? Okay, so what happens?
What you
if-
can surmise from that is that something about this cavern under the Endworld Mountains has some property to it that feels like direction is not as linear as you may think.
She's gonna kind of sit and she's gonna. Now, would she? Can I roll a history check to see if she really knows anything about this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And if you're consulting your book, then yes, I will say history with it. You can do history or arcana.
Okay, give me just a moment. I gotta get my stats up here. I'm still like having to juggle around. I literally just finished writing
No, it's
down all
okay.
my spells I have
I
selected.
tried so hard to make the witch subclass, but it was like
No,
it
it's
just didn't
all
work.
good. It's all good. What am I rolling
Thank you to
again?
Neo Soul God for this awesome class, by the way.
Yes, I absolutely love it. Just learning to navigate through a new class is always it's a challenge, but it's a very rewarding challenge. History check. That's what I was doing. Okay. I do.
Yeah, you
not
can do history
have-
or arcana, whichever you choose.
Oh, okay. I'll do Arcana.
Okay.
That's gonna be 13 plus 4 for
17. So, from what you understand about this kind of magic that you've heard about in the Endworld Mountains, the reason that they're even referred to that way is that people have gotten lost in it, as if it was the end of the world that could not be surpassed. But there are means of attuning yourself into the weave of magic that is in these mountains that only a really skilled or someone with a unique set of magic abilities would be able to navigate.
Now, with Ivara being a witch and kind of really taking in magic from all around her, would she be able to like just take a moment, maybe rolling another Arcana check to see if she can? I don't have detect magic ready or anything like that, but is she able to just kind of just get a?
I would say even with the 17, that you would start to realize that with your magic alone, you wouldn't really be able to navigate. But considering you're surrounded by people who have multiple magic abilities, there might be a solution in there.
All right, she's gonna turn to Mira, and she's gonna just like, I can already tell you, this place is gonna be a fucking labyrinth, and I can just feel it tingling on the back of my neck, but I don't know exactly what kind of magic this is, but I know that this place is fucking filled with it. Mira, is there any way that you can find the flow of magic that's going on here? If we can find any sort of connection or something, maybe we can, if we follow in the rules of this tavern, or this cavern, maybe we might actually be able to make it out of here alive. But if we try to fight against it, it's only going to get worse. It's going to be like fucking quicksand on a hot day.
I do, in fact, have detect magic. Could I cast that and sort of try and pick up on the weave of this place?
Yes. As you tune your senses to figure out exactly what arcane weave is being spread throughout this, it suddenly dawns on you that the reason that it feels so random and so unpredictable is that this entire cavern feels to be filled with wild magic.
Every single person in the party just hears in their head, it's wild magic. There is no rhyme or reason to this.
You just hear Ivara groan as she just kind of like pinches the bridge of her nose, and she goes, God damn it, this is so much worse than I thought it was going to be. Out of all the magics, it has to be fucking wild magic, the most unpredictable shit, even more unpredictable than fucking Alfie. And she's just gonna... and she's just gonna kind of... Then she's gonna just throw a rock down the other way to see if there's a... She knows that, like, at this point, it's kind of the whole definition of insanity. She's just kind of like, God damn it.
Because you said that, I would love for you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Fuck!
She's losing it. She's losing the plot. It's already
You
gone.
have to say it.
Where are my saving throws?
It's not going to
There
make
they
a
are.
difference. There's another fork in the road here as well. So,
Oh god. That's a 5.
Now, if you don't
no.
mind, please roll a D100.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Man,
An
the
hour
party
in.
died
That's
an hour
going to
in.
be a 96!
Oh, Christ.
So
My.
hard.
At least I'm far away from you.
Well, it was nice knowing y'all.
96. All of you feel, I would say everyone but Sister Mira, because she seems to be the farthest. Let me double check.
Get the ruler out.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yes, Sister Mira, you will be unaffected by this kind of surge of energy you all feel, as if like a strong pins and needles and pinching all over your body, and then it wears off, but you are very sore and irritated by it. The result of which is that you and all creatures within 30 feet of you gain vulnerability to piercing damage for the next minute.
Oh no.
For the next how long?
Minute.
Okay.
Granted,
Okay.
that's if you're not careful around this particular cave and make sure that those sharp, pointy rocks above you don't fall.
Upon feeling this irritation, Ivara is immediately placing her hand on her chest, and she's casting Mage Armor.
Good call. You cast Mage Armor. And what does that look like?
I would say as as she casts mage armor, you kind of see this almost over like her corset. It kind of is like these plates that kind of extend upwards, and almost like over the shoulders. And you kind of just see like these bracers that almost look like the bindings of books on this, like on the fronts of them, with these green gems illuminating on the outside. And you see a just very fine flowers embroidered into it, as well as a little flying monkey within, flying along the collar of the whole thing.
And Bartholomew is flying alongside you as he sees this splendor of translucent energy forming into the outlines of the shape that you described, and then kind of binding onto you with a sparkle at the end, just for flair. He goes, "Oh, that was a good one. I like that. You're gonna look smashing."
Thank you, darling. Well, I always like to take your advice when it comes to what I decide to wear and how I like to go about things, but I appreciate
I'm very
you.
flattered. I really am.
I'm gonna say that
yeah.
Ichabod probably, with the feeling of that energy, just has a moment of hissing of just, I do not like that one bit. And I guess as an action, if possible, he's just gonna be at the ready to, if necessary, spend the key point for dodging. Should the need
Absolutely.
arise.
So you will have that prepared should anything fall your way.
Yes.
Mhm.
I would like to
Cool.
take this opportunity to stab Ichabod since he is now.
Sister Mira, if you wouldn't mind doing a survival check as you are in the lead right now.
Sure. And
Just
I've
as-
still got my detect magic as well. Is the
Okay.
wave flowing in particular one way or the other?
It is hard to say as it is flowing to and fro.
That's an 8.
It is a toss.
That's an 8.
You have a decision to make of left or right.
Could I? Yeah, here. Let's see if we can.
I'm also
Yeah,
going
Silas
to
will-
stuff so it doesn't look so phallic.
This motherfucker. Anyway, Silas will come up behind Sister Mirashana as she kind of looks probably a little bit, yeah, like she's trying to make a decision. And
I needed the lights.
Yeah, so I'm going to say let's shed some light on the situation, and I'm going to send 2 globules of light down either direction with dancing lights.
Okay. So, Sister Mira, you see them illuminate one particular area, which you realize is a dead end. And this area has, once again, 2 different choices in terms of path.
Yeah, with that, I will just follow along and basically do that same thing. For the record, Dancing Lights has a range of 120 feet. And so long as one light is within range of another one, within at least 20 feet of another one, then it's still fine. So I'm basically just going to have them sort of alternate going down the tunnels in different intervals.
Okay. So this will help expedite your trip a little more, as you're able to have these areas illuminated. As it goes around, you do realize that it does curve around from one path to the other. Wasn't talking to you, Siri, so... Oh my god, I just said I wasn't talking to you, and it said, okay, my phone is dead. Wonderful.
I will just say it may or may not help, but Silas is going to take the version of the badge that he has, which is not the same one that everybody else was given, and he's going to tap it to his temple because he has made his a Medal of Wit, and for the next hour he will have advantage on intelligence checks and saving throws.
Okay.
Ooh.
With the two of you leading, would the two of you mind giving me wisdom saving throws?
I knew it.
So
Not
wisdom saving throw
intelligence.
from Mira and Silas, please.
I'm gonna say also that Ichabod is staying to the back since the lights are being used for the front of the area. He's not too trusting about this place, so he's going to be keeping his dark vision to like look back and just keep an eye on the darkness that they're leaving behind, just in case.
Very good. So a
15.
15 and then an 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Silas, would you mind rolling a D100, please?
I would actually mind.
Well, too
rolling
bad.
it.
I need you to roll.
Sucks for you.
Well, sucks for you. Yes.
Nice.
I'm 11.
Same.
Okay.
Oh no!
Bring it on, buddy.
Oh no!
So, we're gonna do a quick round of rollies to determine something. So I need everyone to roll a d20.
Me included.
Oh.
No, just everyone but Silas. And when, yeah.
The 6.
We're about
Mara,
to
if you wouldn't
see-
mind rolling a d20 for me along with everyone else.
Nice.
We're about
Do
to
I
see
hear
who
rolling in
morphs into-
D20?
Yes.
We're about to see who morphs into a nightmare monster. Then Silas wants to kill them.
We're gonna die, aren't we? Oh,
It's going.
oh fuck! My
Oh,
rolls are
wow.
fucking trash today.
Don't worry, Alfie, you got the lowest.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So suddenly you
Oh
feel
god.
some sort of
Oh god.
irresistible charm to Silas. As you are now charmed under that condition by Silas. The charmed condition means
I have advantage on all charisma-based skill checks towards him, basically.
so yeah, you will not allow, you will insist that no harm be done to Silas under any circumstances, essentially, because usually this is a condition that would be under combat, so we're changing it up just for a minute. However, under charmed, the charmer, which is Silas, yes, you have advantage on any ability check to interact socially with a creature.
Alfie looks up, and Silas just kind of turns, and his hair kind of goes in the wind in slow motion, and everybody hears Careless Whispers start playing.
Inspiration.
I would say, Alfie, you're free to interpret this as you will, but right now, Silas has been and always will be your best friend.
So nothing has changed.
And the ham
Does Ivara catch up on this?
No.
I would say that whenever a wild magic effect pops up, you do feel there is a shift in the weave. I would say, as well as Sister Mira.
Alfie, why don't
Well,
you come
I was
up
more
here?
saying, does Ivara notice that Alfie has been charmed?
I wouldn't say you would notice that, but you would certainly notice that something has happened.
Okay.
Alfie, why don't you come up here? Like I said earlier, your ability to determine what the rocks mean and everything, you're more valuable up front.
Oh, you guys want my opinion? I can give that to you. Absolutely. Let's see. He's gonna pick up a handful of dirt, start sifting it through the air, gauging what type of minerals are falling from his hand, and how they carry over the wind if there is any airflow.
Could I perchance petition to the dungeon master that this would basically back and forth between Alfie and Sister Mira, if they are both navigating together, that this would be them giving each other the help action?
I would say, as you are, you're assisting them socially, then yes, you are providing them the help action.
Okay. So then that also being said, since Silas is up there, he will, as needed, provide guidance because that's something that he can do. So yeah, guys,
buddy.
let's navigate this fucking cave.
They're no kid. What have you done to him? Why is he being so obedient? It's like
I'm
watching
going
a-
to say that the two of you can roll survival with advantage, and this is certainly going to help expedite your path. a bit
Alfie, do you
more.
have guidance?
Yes.
Okay,
And
then I will guidance Sister Mira.
my proficiency is doubled, so this is going to be what's it
How
called?
much is guidance?
1d4.
28 survival.
Holy crap! All right.
19.
So Alfie, as you move forward, you immediately can see that these rocks are in fact almost like purposely twisting and turning to try and get you to circle it around. You realize if you were to go this way, it would probably be another dead end.
Right.
And leading
Please stop,
yourself,
Sister Mira.
I'm going to give you because he's rolled so freaking high. I'm going to give you a lot more.
Gotta
of
love
the map.
stone cutting. Gotta love stone cutting, baby.
Yeah. I'm going to clear a lot of this because you saw.
If you
saw
folks wouldn't mind,
past the veil.
right? If you
You
guys
saw
wouldn't
the
mind,
mountain form from the beginning of time.
you just see Alfie after he does the dust. He takes in a big whiff. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right.
Ooh, that's
I'm
healthy.
sorry. You what?
Oh, he
Oh,
inhaled
no.
dirt.
No!
Wisdom
Oh.
saving throw, please.
You took a whiff of the dragon shard dust? That's what I'm hearing.
My guy did a straight.
And then,
Kyber.
I'm so sorry.
And then
Oh, no.
Flash of Genius for 19.
Oh, son of a gun. Well, never mind.
I'm not failing Alfie's fucking method of determining mountainous terrain. Fuck that. He is saving. So you just see him take this big whiff, and you see he gets this flash of like inspiration out of nowhere. He's like, okay, yes, there we go. Okay. All right, if you guys wouldn't mind, let me take the lead, because you might have fallen into this labyrinth trap had I not second to the wonderful Silas's call. Please do refrain from entering within 5 feet of his vicinity, or I can't guarantee your safety.
Again,
Alfie,
Silas,
I'm
in
just
your
gonna.
world, what have you done to him?
Never. I don't think it's what I did to him. Did you not see him just do a straight line of fucking Kyber? Do I need to explain how volatile this mineral actually is? It can be imbued with elemental magic. It's why I use it for this, to make it do fire better. And he just inhaled it.
Silas,
Silas,
Give me a perception
Silas,
check.
you are Alfie's Kyber.
I will say, while he's saying this, Ivar's just gonna be like, "Are you really surprised that Alfie is just gonna randomly inhale stuff and put it in his mouth?"
Well, no, but that doesn't change the fact that it was a very bad thing, probably.
Well, the thing is, there really ain't much stopping him. You said perception.
Yes, please.
Oh, that was like coffee, almost better.
I have a +0 in
Shut your mouth,
perception,
my
so
coffee.
this is gonna be great, especially with how I've been rolling tonight. That is a 6,
Okay.
Yo,
and I currently cannot get this map up right now. I'm trying to right now, so
That's
it's
okay.
just
I'm
not
moving
loading.
you around. I won't leave you
So-
behind.
You said this these tunnels are constantly shifting, right? Is there a pattern to how they are shifting aside from trying to lead us into a circle? Is there is there a specific direction that they're trying to prevent us from going?
I would say that the wild magic seems to. You would sense that the wild magic seems to be affecting the senses more than it does the actual it's not so much like literal shifting rocks. It seems as though it's more of a trick of the mind from everything that is in this energy. So should you be able to concentrate more, you won't be as lost.
Oh, okay. That being said, before we...
real quick though, I'm going to go back to Ivara's perception.
She saw nothing.
It's not that you didn't see something, it's just that you can't quite identify the specifics of where a strange but familiar sound, as you hear the voice of what sounds like a small child in a light whisper or a whimper of sorts. I hate Victor's faces when he does this stuff. He always throws me off. But you hear faintly the echo of a small child's voice go, "Mama?"
God damn it.
Ooh, interesting. Before we proceed any further, is there a specific destination that we are trying to achieve? Are we trying to go deeper into the mines, or are we trying to go back to Wyrmwatch? We need to have a discern. We're going back to Wyrmwatch, right?
With haste.
Okay.
Not lost would be a good start.
I'm going to...
You have all realized that the more you walk forward, Ivara has stopped dead in her tracks.
She is not moving.
Gotcha. I will probably notice it first, considering that I'm staying in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just have a moment of like looking over. Are you coming?
She doesn't hear Ichabod. She is still just actively trying to listen for this voice.
All right. All we need to do
chase the rabbit, Alice.
to reach Wyrmwatch is I need you all to focus. Focus on me, all right? All eyes on me. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth. Yes? Focus on what you want to go back to. Back to Wyrmwatch. For me, I want to go back to the
Ivara, since he said that, Ivara immediately goes in whatever direction that came from.
Oh, yeah.
You watch basically now Ivara go backwards and past you, Evan, and straight past you, Ichabod.
Well,
I'm going to say...
Don't let her leave this tunnel.
I'm going to say that Ichabod probably, like, his reflex would be like try to like grab her arm as he's moving past him.
Shall we do strength checks? Because she is like, she has a
me,
-1 on strength, but like there is nothing stopping her at this point.
Yeah, I would say opposing athletics checks, please.
Opposing athletics. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to my abilities. Athletics. Can I do acrobatics since he's trying to grab me?
like an apple check.
Yeah, I guess that would be more of like trying to get out of the way of his. Yeah, so yeah, we'll do that. So
all right, that is a 13 plus 2.
Yeah, Ichabod, you go to reach and she snatches her hand right away.
Can I cast Ray of Frost directly in front of Ivara with the intent on making her slip? I have a range of 120 feet.
The ice cold blast escaping your fingertips hits the ground in front of Ivara at that point. Ivara, are you still walking despite seeing this fold in front of you?
She doesn't even look at the floor. She is actively like searching.
Okay,
no, she is not, because as Ivara goes to take off.
Hold that thought. This is all happening simultaneously. So.
I know, but Flash of Genius gives Ichabod a success on the athletics check. So
I'm going to say, though, that you have taken the lead so far that you would not have really noticed this. Okay. Just gonna put that ruling in because...
All right.
Ivara, you if you could give me a dexterity saving check. Make sure you do not slip and fall on your ass.
I swear, if this is the only good roll, okay, that is a 4 plus 2 for a 5. So Ivara falls right on her ass.
Oh, yeah.
Would Ichabod be able to catch her?
I mean, you would be able to make sure she doesn't like crack her head. So
Sure.
yeah, but she still falls.
Honestly, it might be good
Sure,
if she
no
fucking
damage,
cracked her head at this
But she
fucking
certainly
point,
does
but-
fall.
He probably will be also trying to look around to see if there's anything in the darkness in the direction she's going that he can spot.
With your
She's
dark
just kind of
vision,
actively
you can see, yeah, with your dark vision, you do
looking-
see like there's no signs of anybody in this place. So
I
you don't
will
know what
say
she was looking for.
the fall kind of like just shook her just a little bit, but she is still just like actively like she's kind of on that struggle of like with reality and what is real or not, and she's just kind of sitting there, she's muttering to herself, she's like, Lily, where are you, darling, sweetheart? And she just is just like kind of just sitting here muttering the name Lily to herself the whole time.
Who are you
Ichabod.
speaking to, Ivara?
Ichabod's probably just sort of looking around and saying, "Who's Lily? Badge lady, there's nobody there."
For the rest of you, this is the first time you've ever heard this name come out of Ivara's mouth.
Silas is number one, too far away to really do anything that would be helpful in this situation. Number two, would still try to maintain the front, not leaving Alfie alone and exposed. And number three, seeing all this go down, would have his wand pointed at Ichabod.
There's a question. You have your wand pointed, and there is a strange reaction where you realize it's starting to glow, and so does the crystals above you. There is a resonating energy that kind of hums between the two. Give me a, if you wouldn't mind, giving me an insight check on this.
Could I perchance talk this into being either an Arcana check, seeing as this is something with Kyber, or a Tinker's Tools check, seeing as I work with Kyber often?
You know what? It could be either or. So you can do a proficiency roll on this, or you can do an Arcana check. Insight would be not quite applicable now that I think about it.
We'll do Arcana, and with guidance, I will be adding 2 d4s to this because I am a mark of making human.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 first off,
Mm-hmm.
plus 7, so 25.
You realize that in your hand, if you think about it enough, you've got a compass.
Oh, can I make this worse? Technically, I had advantage on that. What was my roll? 18. Okay, yeah, so no, we were good.
Just to
Yeah,
see if
but-
you crit, that's always
Yeah,
fun.
really.
But no,
Yeah,
you do
really.
realize, like, oh my goodness, this is resonating with the crystals above you.
So
The
pretty much
dragon
with
shards
that,
have a matching energy.
like he's gonna kind of like have it pointed at Ichabod, you know, very like wand slinger-esque, maybe, you know, really pointing him down, just like, you know, we just met this guy. If he makes one wrong move, he's getting fire up his ass. And then just kind of like seeing that glow, and you're like trying to see if there's any sort of reaction to him moving the wand, so that he could try to figure out how he would use this as a compass.
Alfie is standing next to Silas with his grenade launcher pulled out as well, aimed at Ichabod.
Yes, that's right, folks. Somehow Tarzan tricked me into essentially giving him a grenade launcher.
He doesn't say
No.
anything. Silas doesn't say anything, but he does put like his offhand on Alfie's shoulder in the same energy of the Phoenician Ferb, not yet Ferb.
So as you do this, and you're kind of collectively trying to like figure out, okay, there's a lot of things going on right now. It's in that moment that you all kind of hear the resonating hum for just enough moments before you turn, and then you realize the path is clear. And with the assistance of Silas, and now, Ichabod, you're starting to remember exactly this path that you were able to follow along initially. And with that, you're able to essentially, and we will make sure that stuff is caught up on, but for the sake of expediting, you are able to essentially find your path to the end. Upon exiting out of there, you enter what is essentially a strange opening of a cavernous, more so even than where you were, whereas this was more like natural flowing energy kind of carving out the paths. Now you enter essentially what feels like some sort of carved out temple where the walls go straight up, kind of matching along with the designs of the growth of the Kyber shards, as they all kind of reach this triangular point to the top. You see forward ahead of you is this kind of stone altar of sorts, crumbled to a bit, with a stone seat, like a throne behind it, jagged and twisted, cracked along the back of it, with the shards kind of filling in the veins of it, as it were. Silas, you feel your wand just be drawn to it, and the purplish glow that was resonating before, you see, is not so much now dragon shards, but a kind of bioluminescent energy, as if it went from a mineral into a more organic material. Upon closer inspection, you see that these are kind of these odd mushroom spores and growths that have all kind of entangled in vines, leading to the top and then intertwining into this kind of built altar of sorts. Evan, if you wouldn't mind giving me a nature check with advantage, as a memory sense kind of hits you at that point. I'm not sure exactly why this disappeared.
Ooh. Nice.
Did it roll one time?
25. You, in studying just your own farm life, vegetation, understanding, you've heard about the deep spores of the plant life that can grow underground. That's been heard about. The dwarves have pulled from it, the deep gnomes as well, but you've never encountered it in person. The one thing, though, you do know about it is it is dangerous. You can't determine right off the bat whether it's poisonous or whether it has any sort of lethal effect. But you do know that this strange growth and pattern that has to be a result of the wild magic kind of forming it. As you look upon the spores as they grow up top, you realize that the centerpiece, while it is glowing, is more like a bulb that is pulsating. And just enough of a glance, you start to see the petals of this bulb open up. And from it, a gigantic blob of spores and mushroom material falls to the ground,
Everyone's about to get weird.
rises up into a humanoid form, and a mighty bellow escapes from what is its mouth, with glowing eyes of Kyber shards. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Kill it with
Aw.
fire.
Meantime, my
Burn
party
it.
here will roll initiative.
Come on, Alfie.
We'll be back in a moment,
Time to go
folks.
work.
And when we come back, it's time to get to work.
Your buddy.
Are we
All right,
rolling
everybody, take a
initiative
quick
now?
break, and we'll be back right after this. And welcome back. So, while we figure out our initiative roles, one thing I would love to do is let everyone know that we are kind of semi-returning to a regular schedule with everything. This show, Frontiers of Eberron, is going to be on every other Sunday show. So our next show is going to be in 2 weeks. And then as the holidays kind of come up, we are going to be kind of jumbling things around. But one thing that I'm happy to announce is that several of the people, my wonderful friends here, are going to be part of a crossover event for my channel, Valiant Adventures, where we are going to be using the Tales of the Valiant RPG system to do the return for a very special Midgard edition of Holiday Rogues Gallery, where the infamous spirits of several holidays will be called upon by a certain Asgardian to figure out the mystery as to why someone is trying to bring Ragnarok early.
Because it's never too early to end the world. Sorry.
Yes, it's never too early. And also, of course, if you would like to check out our other stream that we have actively going on, also known never by any other title other than the Dimensional Dial of Dr. Diago, right, Tarzan?
Wrong.
Which you can watch Wednesday nights right here. And Matt, when is that time for everybody?
Soft start time of 10 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific. I don't have a set out time from work, but the second that I get home and fire up the computer and stuff, we start playing.
And as always, one of the things that we love to do is to, which you can always join us on the Tickety Talks, as we love to gather there together live to kind of hype everybody up and talk about the stream before we do that. So please follow us on our individual accounts, and you can see when we go live. Also, thanks to Victor for being a surprise little special guest. He messaged to me that he had some time off today, so I was like, come on in and be a guy that you've never been before.
Thank you for having me. Couldn't imagine a better way to spend my day off.
So you can always follow us everywhere on 2B Diced ADV. That is the one all-encompassing account name. So if someone would be so kind as to write the initiative order in the chat for me,
gotcha.
That would be very helpful. As
with the numbers rolled, or just
the order of which, and I will tell you that this creature rolled.
Aww.
Rolled a 7.
Hey, tied with Alpha. Look at that.
Yeah.
Don't feel as bad.
If that's the case, it has no plus to its dexterity, so more than likely you're ahead of it.
Well, that's a first. Oh, you poor sweet summer child, Delphi.
So let's get a little bit more appropriate battle music.
Wait, we're fighting? What?
we don't have to do that.
Yeah, we can just
Can't we all just get along?
It's a small world after all kind of vibe, no?
I mean, it's just from the
I love
image that you
Mushroom.
shared. Yeah, isn't he a fun guy?
Yeah, he's a fun guy. I'm a fun guy. We're all fun.
Actually, it's more of a myconid.
Yeah, I like Micah Mints too. I mean, just
For those of you who have played the Underdark level in Baldur's Gate 3, these are the mushroom people that love to communicate through dance. Nothing better than finishing that mission for them, and they're all just like, yeah, it becomes Woodstock all of a sudden.
We have a spore druid in my original campaign. We had so many of these fuckers running around.
All right.
I played a Spores
So
Druid.
fun.
He
Spores
was
druid. is so
a
fun.
not nice person. He tried to kill many members of the party. That's a story for another time.
Yeah, buddy.
Right off the bat, let me hang on. My notes have decided to.
Extremely cultured. You guys don't need to worry.
Okay, good to know. Evan, top of the round. You immediately can understand that this is being in tune with nature as much as you are. You recognize that this is a Myconid sovereign in front of you. But something feels a bit off.
So
Yeah, something does feel a bit off, as it seems to have been corrupted by the Kyber dragon shards. So it is your turn.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm so prepared. Immediate bonus action. I'm going to summon my bear spirit. So everyone will gain. How many is it? 11 temporary hit points and advantage on strength checks and saves.
Kitchen.
Don't mind if I do.
And then, what are my thoughts personally on Myconids and fire?
As far as you know, it, like any other plant, can be affected by fire. However, you have not encountered one in your life, nor have you ever seen anything so horrifying as this before.
Cool. So I'm going to, once the bear appears, using the energy from earlier and still having like thoughts of fire. Oh wait, yes, this is an action. Yes, I can move it as a bonus action. Okay, so a sphere of fire is going to appear between us. I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere to generate a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire.
Nice.
And so any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dex save or take fire damage.
And you are able to essentially control that to move it to a different spot.
Yes.
Cool. So are you
Just
immediately...
not this turn.
Is this... Yeah, I was going to say, the action right now is to conjure it, and then on next turn you'll be
Yes.
able to move it. All right,
Yes.
so you all see essentially this molten lava orb form in front of you as a defensive protection as created by Evan. Evan, I'm just going to ask, though, have you ever done that before?
Oh, this? No.
Yeah. So,
No.
in a kind of unexpected instinct of your abilities, you having thought about fire, you're just forming this orb in front of you, and you are surprised by your ability, and you can all see the genuine shock on her face as if like, holy shit.
It's like, oh, it ain't never done that before, but it'll do.
All right.
Just gonna hold that.
I'm gonna give you all the link to the map again, just in case, because I think it may have kind of unfreshed. So let me just pop that in there for you.
It's not very Subway-like.
Subway Eat Fresh. Not sponsored.
Not anymore. That is your turn, meaning that Mira, you are next, and then Ivara, you're on deck.
Huh.
Awesome. And I got my map up now so I can control it.
Cool.
Do not like this. Don't like this at all. I'm going to try and cast Guiding Bolts
Okay.
on this creature at first level.
Okay.
And you know what? That's a 9. So I don't think that hits. However.
No, 9 does not hit.
However.
Yes.
Where is my thingy? I am going to. Oh no, that's an ability check. I'm going to try and do. I don't know if I can get it high enough, but it is. No, that misses. It's alright. I think I rolled too low to try and use that particular ability. So no, that Guiding Bolt missed out of pure surprise because I've never seen a creature such as this, and I don't think I want to ever again in my life. So.
Yes, it essentially looks like if Groot was made of mushrooms.
Yes, not a big fan
Fungi.
of thunder. I can use my movement to put a little bit more distance between myself and the creature.
Inappropriate smash.
Is it
All right.
inappropriate though?
Psilocybin my life, you Micah bastard. I'm sorry.
Excuse you?
Let's get weird.
All right, so that's your turn. Ivara, your turn, and then Ichabod, you're on deck.
Okay, is Ivara like back in her head again?
Yes. You have your
Okay.
senses about you.
Alright, Ivara is pissed and annoyed at this whole entire tavern for various reasons. And upon seeing
Cavern.
this ugly motherfucker in front of her, she is. Give me just a moment. I'm waiting for this to load real fast, but.
Who are you and what have you
she's
done with
going-
Taylor?
Pardon?
Who are you and what have you done with
Pardon?
Taylor? You just called a monster ugly. What the fuck? Who are you?
You can.
Are you
It
well?
can still be smash. It can still be smash if it's ugly. I will just say, fungus is a little bit of a.
It might have a great personality.
With enough drinks.
With enough cyberselin, anything can be a fun guide time. I don't know. I ran out of fucking quips. Okay.
We apologize
Excuse
for
me.
nothing.
So, Ivara is going to. I gotta look up the spell. And again, I'm sorry. I'm having to go with Roll20, which I am not
No, it's okay.
accustomed to. All right. So, she is going to how far? Blah, 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 blah. What's the distance? Sorry, there is not like the best definition for. Okay, fuck it. She's gonna cast Lightning Bolt. So they are going to have to give me just a moment. I gotta find Lightning Bolt now. All right, Lightning Bolt. They're gonna have to make a Dexterity saving throw of 15.
Okay. That is an 18.
That is an 18. Well, they are still going to be taking. Okay, so let's see here. Each creature line must make dexterity. Okay, a creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. What? Okay,
Yeah, so
so
it takes
that
4
obviously.
d6.
Okay, so it's going to take 4d6 of damage. But then on top of that, Ivara is going to, you kind of see her just mutter in Elvish as she then casts the Storm Blight on this. And the Storm Blight, when I cast a spell with lightning damage, causes the creature to gain the Storm Blight. The Storm Blight reduces the creature's saving throws by an amount equal to my proficiency bonus. And in addition, the blighted creature takes lightning damage equal to my proficiency bonus at the start of its turn. Storm Blight ends at the start of my next turn.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
So I will
That's
roll
a lot of words.
So pretty much, currently, their saving throws is equal to my proficiency bonus, which would be
3.
3. So their saving throws for
Have a
any, I
minus
believe,
3.
any of their is
I mean,
minus 3.
it already failed it. So roll the damage first, and then add whatever the effect is to it.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I am still figuring this out. So that is 3. Sorry.
Numbers.
I know, it's great, isn't it? Oh, no, that's lightning lore. How did I get back here? Ah! Please stand by. We appreciate your patience. Okay, I'm just looking. God damn. I'm so sorry about this.
It's all good.
All the intimidating
And she
music in the
froze.
background.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Lord, help me in all that is holy. Mira. Alright, lightning bolt. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's going to be 4d6. Let me get my D&D Beyond up. Alright. And also, may I use an inspiration to make him re-roll it to see if he fails?
You did fail.
He failed.
Well,
Oh, he
no,
did
the
fail.
inspiration would only be for you. Yeah, I already failed. Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought I succeeded. Oh, so that's going to be, for my level, that's not going to be 4d6. It's going to be 8d6
Sorry.
if he failed.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I failed. So yeah, that's a lot.
All right, so for the 8d6, that will be shit. It like re-rolled
26 points.
over and over again.
I'm gonna take the most recent
Yeah,
one.
Yeah. So 26 points.
26 points.
All right.
As a surge of electricity escapes from Ivara's hands, and completely encompasses this walking mushroom monstrosity. I think that's a lot done for your turn. So you have pretty much your movement that you can do right now.
And does it still have the Stormblight on it currently?
If that is what, like, the added feature that you put onto it, then what would be the resonating effect of that?
Like I said, the creature's saving throws until its next turn, or until my next turn is going to be equal to my proficiency bonus, which is 3.
Got it. So it's
So any of the
basically
saving throws it
hitting-
throws at them, it's going to be 3. 3.
Gotcha. Okay. So
No, it
right,
reduces
okay.
it. It's gonna be minus
Yeah.
3. So
Minus
yeah.
3,
All
sorry.
right. Sorry about that.
No problem. Okay. So if you want to move, you can, and then that will pretty much be it for your turn.
All right. Take a look here. My movement speed is 30 feet. I think I'm going to. I'm going to probably want 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move to about right here, right next to the water.
Okay. Put you right
Yeah, I already moved my token. I can see the map
Yeah.
now. Yay!
Gotcha. All right, cool.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Ichabod, and then Alfie, you're on deck.
Whoop whoop. Right. From the position that I am in, Sir DM, is this particular area, the top of this area, the ceiling of this area, are there stalactites as well?
You look up about 50 feet in the air.
Okay.
And you do see that they have essentially kind of like formed a intertwining kind of pattern of mushrooms and vines of growth leading up to that bulb that was in the center where it dropped down into this kind of pool of water into the center.
Gotcha. And currently there's like fire around it, I'm assuming. So
it's just sparking with electricity, and then there is the orb which Ren has placed. How far in front of you? Evan. Ren is your name.
Yes, I'm not there. Please, God, no. I think I put it like just. How do I say directionality? So where the blue flower is next to the Myconid Sovereign. So
okay.
Just kind of generated there.
Gotcha. Okay. So in that where that white flower is, or where the orange one is?
The white one.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're gonna say that's there. Great. Yeah. So that's where you see the flaming sphere.
okay. And then would the locations on the left and right of the Myconid, are those like elevated from where it is? Like if I were to try to get there,
Yeah, they're just elevated by just about 5 feet.
just about 5 feet. Okay. I'm going to say that as he sees this thing, he just has a moment that he doesn't know what to do about it, looks around, and then as a way to just like, test the waters, he just reaches down to his belt, and then his hands just sort of extend forward, and this 2 darts fly in its direction.
Nice.
First one's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Second one is a 13.
That does not hit.
So it's just going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Something interesting you see is that it absorbs it in the pain, and it kind of screeches out like this echoing like, and you hear the kind of like screeches a little bit from the vines themselves.
How's that go again?
Okay. So those are the vines that you said that are in the ceiling, correct? Like 50 feet above?
Yeah.
If I wanted to get to those vines using spider climb, from where I am, how much distance would it take me?
The closest wall would be 30 feet for you to climb. 30 feet to get to that
To get
wall.
to the wall, and then gotcha. Okay, so which wall would that be?
If I were to place you to the nearest one, if you don't mind, I'm gonna do that. So you would basically end up right here.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is I'm going to use my 50 feet of movement to get to the wall and then climb. That was 30 feet, I believe you said?
Yep. So you got 20
And then-
feet left.
Yeah, and I would basically climb 20 feet up.
Great. So now you are 20 feet against the cavern wall with that.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. So that would be now Alfie's turn.
Oh, how delightful! Seeing this giant myconid thingy popping onto the ground, Alfie, I will scurry. Give me my token. Signor, I would like to access my Alfie Ember Beard. Thank you. There we go. Moving 25 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, up to that boulder there.
Okay. So that'll be
back-
the additional 5 feet just for that little ledge.
Gotcha. Back pressed up against the wall. I take my Eldritch Cannon off my shoulder, toss it up onto the roof of the top of that boulder, and I give it the command: Flamethrower! Target needs to make a dexterity saving throw of 16.
Okay. Let's see. So this is minus 3.
Minus 3. Right?
I rolled a 16, and now it's a 13, thanks to Eberron.
Well done, my little device.
Yes.
He takes 2
Oh, sure.
D8.
Give all the credit to your device and not the witch that's with you.
He doesn't know that's what's going on.
Yeah.
9 points of fire damage is dealt to the creature.
Okay.
As
As its reaction, it is going to fire the 2 darts that it absorbed from Ichabod right back at you, Alfie. Let's see.
It
if
has
hits.
torpedo tits.
That is a 14.
That's a miss.
All right, so you're able to just barely get out of the way of what was essentially Ichabod's own weapon used against you.
As my action, I would like to also peek out from behind the boulder with the grenade launcher at the ready, and you see him turn a couple dials and the arcane focus, or the Kyber focus at the top of the device begins to glow a bright blue hue, and he goes, "It's about to get icy in here!" Brrr, and a cold beam of ray of frost at the legs of this myconid.
So just so I remember, with artificers, your device acts as its own, like a companion.
Arcane focus, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Eldritch Cannon, yes, it has
Right.
its own.
It
I
shares
don't
your
think
initiative, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shares initiative and it acts on its own. So,
All right.
yeah, he fires a ray of frost at the legs of the myconid. It's a roll to hit.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
That will be a 22.
22 will hit.
And then, because this is my arcane firearm that I'm firing from, I get an additional D8 with any spell that I cast through it. So it's a 2D8 plus 1 extra D8. That is 9 frost plus this extra. An extra 1 point. That's a flat 10 frost damage to the legs. And then
The
Alfie
legs
back behind.
just get built up with frost, and you hear again that blood-curdling screech. I will say, Ichabod, you do notice, though, there is frost kind of slightly forming onto the spores and vines near you, which are just about within 10-foot reach. So make note of that. It is now the Sovereign's turn.
Uh-oh!
And it is going to move itself close to you, Alfie.
His movement speed was reduced by 10 feet, by the way.
Yes. But
At
it
the
is
beginning
just-
of its turn, it needs to take lightning damage.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At the beginning
Go
of its turn, it's going to take 3 points of lightning damage equal to my proficiency. So it'll take 3 points of lightning damage at the beginning of its turn. It's going to just feel this shockwave rush through it before it goes to attack Alfie.
Fantastic.
Ain't that a witch?
Oof. All right. So, does the -3 only affect its saving throws, not attacks? She's not here. I think she had only said attacks. So,
I think-
it is going to raise its trunk-like arm down onto your machine, Alfie.
Ooh. Oh no, not my cannon. Not my baby.
That is a 16 to hit.
The cannon jumps out of the way, as it is a tiny little creature or device.
Wait. How?
It's 18. Its AC is an 18. I'm
Oh,
giving you
okay. I was going to say, there's no dodge action on a
Legendary action cannon thing. What?
Just giving the AC a little flavor, you know.
No, yeah, it essentially we see it like kind of divide, kind of go through. Just get out of the way. Much to the Myconid's chagrin, it will take then its second attack onto the device. That is a 19 to hit.
Oh no, not my baby! Yes, that hits.
Okay, so you're going to take. It is going to take rather. Come on, D4, get out here. That's 4 plus 3, so 7. Another 4. That's
11.
9, 10, 11 plus 1 is 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Plus,
Oh, leave it.
but it's unaffected by poison, so I won't give it the poison damage.
Luckily, yeah.
It's a construct; it can't be affected by poison. So you take the
Thank God.
11 it takes the 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Got it. All right. Thank God.
And it will remain there. So now it is Silas's turn, and then we'll get back to the top of the round with Evan.
So, flavoring into the natural 1 that I rolled on initiative here, as everything sort of like springs to life and everybody kind of like goes, yeah, anybody who would have seen as this giant mushroom man like had stood up and did its thing, Silas was just up until this moment just looking at it and just goes, oh, and pulls out his wand. And we are going to hit this motherfucker with a firebolt.
All right.
Ooh, smash.
Roll for attack.
That is a 25 to
Smash.
hit.
I would say
Flaming
yes.
smash.
I would say yes.
So, I need to roll 1d8 on top of this that I am rolling.
Arcane fire, baby.
21 fire damage?
Woo!
No. 21 plus 7, so 28 fire damage.
Fire damage.
Double smash!
Woo!
Don't slaughtering this thing right here.
How's it
Okay.
looking?
I feel like Ichabod is seeing all of this and being like, oh, so that's why they're the ones defending the town. Okay. Okay, this is making sense to me now. Okay.
Yeah.
You just happen to not be in the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flames engulf that, and you do hear once again a huge scream coming from it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this dice out of the tray. There we go. It's just stuck in there.
The
like
dice
a
don't come out, it go to jail.
No dice. You go to jail.
Straight to jail.
Okay.
Straight to jail.
Thank
Right
you,
away.
Jay. That's the rules. I'm sorry.
Fun fact, I actually got to say to him, I really like your work today.
No kidding.
Yeah, I swear.
That's awesome. Humble brag. So yeah, and Ichabod, you're starting to realize that there is some sort of hive mind effect on whatever damage is going into this avatar of the spores growth and affecting essentially the growth around it. And with each damage, the hold it. There we are. With each damage, the vines kind of shrink back into the bulb, getting closer to it, diminishing, as it were. All right. Silas, do you have a bonus action by any chance?
How's it looking?
Pretty friggin' rough.
Silas, help me!
Yeah, we're gonna spend the 2 sorcery points that I have to quicken spell and cast Firebolt again.
Okay. Well, so much for this fight.
That's another 25.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
That wasn't a fight.
Smash.
That was 15 plus 8, so 23 points of fire damage.
God, I love arcane firearms.
Yora's just
Hey,
standing there, just raised a brow, and she's just like, "Damn."
Please describe how your firebolt destroys this Myconid.
Ah!
So yeah, this whole turn, like as he kind of snaps back, takes this moment to okay, yeah, there's weird big monster thing, but what the hell's going on? Looks, sees Alfie running up, sees him like getting close. He hears the like, Silas, help me! Like, friggin' Evan is running up. Everybody's fanning out. Lightning's been thrown. Darts have been thrown and then shot back, and he's just like, "All right, time to do what we do." Pulls the wand and just like a one of those Wild West gunslingers, fan fires twice, and they just let it
so
impact in the center mass, and just this thing does what it does as it sort of falls back, and Silas gives it a nod, flips the wand around, and blows the smoke off of the Kyber crystals.
Smooth motherfucker, you.
Silas may be an artificer, but he has a
Damn.
charisma of 17.
Bob is just hanging at the wall, just looking at like.
Ichabod, in that moment where you see this thing get destroyed, essentially, once again letting out its final death knell of a scream, in a desperate maneuver from the hive mind, it seems, a vine reaches out and grabs your leg. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Wow, that's sad.
Excuse
That's
me,
12.
friend, watch out, there's a vine coming! And Flash of Genius +5.
Is that how many do you have left? Because I know you're, as an artificer, you can only have like so many.
I have 2 more left after this one.
Okay, good to know. Just keeping track.
So 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
So while you are able to claw and hold yourself so that you cannot be pulled in, but you're all watching now this last remaining vine attempt to pull Ichabod into the center bulb, which petals are kind of like, again, still kind of pulsating, almost like a Venus flytrap of sorts.
If allowed, I probably would have a moment of like, while holding myself with one hand, I would attempt to just basically use the other one to use my short sword to kind of like swipe and attempt to like cut it off my leg.
How far is he from me? Hold on.
Right now he is. Let's use the
20
ruler. Yeah, just about 15 feet from you.
May I misty step and just try to see if I can slice the vine before it can pull him in?
Me first.
So yeah, 15 plus the additional 20. So
Then
No, he's fine.
you'd be in the air.
yeah. So basically, you all see Ivar just could like take a leap up and then bamf up and grab the vine that is and so Ivar, you're now like dangling from the ceiling of this cave.
Yeah.
But you have reached that point. You attempt to slash with whatever blade you have on you, I would assume. And Ichabod and Ivar, if you can roll an attack right now to get to see if you can cut the vines off your wrapped foot.
I mean,
And also,
Fireball done on the
may
boat.
I also, as like before I Misty step, may I call Bartholomew and
Yes.
just be like, "Hey,
He
darling,
will
I
fly
need you
up.
underfoot right now."
Absolutely, lady. And he flies straight up, and then you just see him just start chewing and gnawing away at this vine, very close to your feet, Ichabod.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to
And-
try to like cut it off, but if Ivara is holding on to it, I that would be just cutting it
Oh,
off and
Ivara
risking
is
her
ready
fall.
to cut it off because she knows that her monkey will like fucking grab her if she needs to. Like it's a flying monkey, and he got thumbs.
Yeah. So,
So to make that
Sister
roll,
Mirsha, did you instinctively throw a firebolt at this vine as you saw it?
At the boat.
Oh, at the
At
bulb.
the boat,
Okay.
which we've been looking at.
Again, I'm going to take
on the
the most recent one. 15 will do it to cut the point of where his foot is. However, you're about to Tarzan swing from this dangling vine, Ivara. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a dexterity saving throw.
All right, Jesus Christ.
The firebolt will,
Dexterity,
from Sister Mirashana, will hit that bulb.
All right, dexterity. So that is going to be a 13 plus 2 for a 15.
Cool. You all watch as Ivara just kind of like, and eventually just able to kind of do one of those landing rolls off your heels onto the ground safely. The firebolt from Sister kind of just flames up the bulb again. The blood-curdling, echoing scream, all of it just resonates through your mind and just gives you this insane kind of almost psychic resonance that's not quite damage, but it's certainly just something that shakes you all down, it just kind of like buckling you to the ground below it. And then you realize that the bioluminescence is starting to fade away as the lights become more dim now. And the only resonating light seems to be coming from the dragon shard crystals. The light, however, begins to pulse like a glowing beacon of sorts. And you feel that in your wand, Silas. However, the difficult thing to figure out right now is exactly why it's trying to tell you upwards.
Alfie picks up his Eldritch Cannon real quick and shakes his bag of his toolkit to change it into a Tinker's Tools, and immediately starts working on or repairing the damage that was done to the cannon by this ever persistent Myconid. There isn't too much, luckily.
Michael, would Silas get the feeling that we are under Wyrmwatch?
Oh.
Oh my god.
This scary moment flashes through your mind where the distance traveled throughout this entire cavern, reaching essentially to this point. You see a familiarity in the growth of these dragon shards to a northern tip. If you had to bet money on it, this feels maybe underneath is that central vein that you found while discovering what really lies beneath the mines.
I'm going to send you a message.
Absolutely.
Whispers.
I love player-to-player whispers. They're so much fun.
That darned fungi damaged you, my poor little device. A little buffering
Ivara's
here.
at this
There we
point just
go.
brushing herself off and just.
Silas,
annoying.
give me just a straight intelligence check to kind of deduce what you're trying to figure out.
Has it been an hour
Yes.
since I activated my Medal of Wit? Damn.
It was a long trip through the caverns.
I can't apply any sort of tool proficiencies. None would. I have alchemist supplies, jeweler's supplies, playing card set, thieves' tools, tinker tools, and woodcarver's tools.
No.
Can I cast Bless on Silas?
You're a smart fellow in
I
general.
cast good vibes.
Can I cast
Well,
Bliss?
I'm going to cast guidance, so
Well, there's also
we're going to get some kind of bonus. Straight intelligence. That would be up here. It's not going to let me do that. Will it happen if I click on this? All right, if this ends up being a plus 18, I'm sorry. It's not, but it's a freaking natural 20.
Dope.
And because I'm that guy, I'm going to do a 4 on the D4, so that is a 28 total.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
With the 28, you are able to make a haunting realization. Considering where you are, as you look around, and it doesn't quite seem now that this feels like any sort of religious temple. It feels more, as you look and you can see the chair. Be quiet, Siri. I'm not talking to you. You see,
Finding you a chair on Amazon.
right? You see familiar carvings.
Oh, that's not good.
Pieces that look like the schematic wheel.
Uh-huh.
Pieces that look like ancient stone gears and connected pieces that seem to be with the Kyber shard in general. That's when it dawns on you. You are standing in the middle of a creation forge.
Oh.
The very place that Warforged are built and brought to life.
Silas, upon this realization, isn't going to say anything, but he is going to walk to that central pool and just look down in the center of it.
So you stare into the strange liquid where the body of the Myconid sovereign burnt and almost becoming its own kind of pyre. You stare into this reflective pool, putting the pieces together of machine and nature in one nexus point. This is where it seems that a metallic automaton could be given its sentience.
If I toss nothing.
Vara,
I say
can you give me a Arcana check?
Yes, sir. Give me a moment. Get my stats up. All right, Arcana.
Silas, you will also, if you wouldn't mind, give me an investigation check.
All right, that is so for the first roll that popped up, That is a.
I'm going
God
to count
damn it.
that as
So for
advantage
the
because of your magical intuition.
all right, so would you
First
take
off.
so okay, so it's 7 and a 17, so 17 plus 4 would be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Wait, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
I had to count on my fingers. I'm
It's
sorry,
hot.
I'm bad at math.
Silas, you
That
look
thing
down
absolutely.
and you can see at the bottom of the pool, as you peer deeper into it, you see a humanoid figure laying flat at the base of it. Metallic, about 6 feet. It's a warforged, but no life seems to be in it. It seems as though it is ready to be given what essentially is a docent, the very piece and core of a personality, of a trait, of a resonant energy that allows it to become sentient and form its personality. Ivara, you feel a resonating energy from the badge you wear. And as you get closer to Silas, as he looks down into the pool, the energy feels like it starts to connect closer. Somewhat instinctively, you feel this urge to hold the badge closer to the pool. And as you do, you all witness it flies out of her hand and begins to spin and rotate faster and faster until it becomes a wheel of pure energy connecting the beam from above where the crystals hit the point of where the bulb once was and shooting straight down into the pool of water. As it glows and brightens surrounding you, this fusion of light and energy and magic. You watch as it all in a pillar of light just comes down into the pool, the water begins to ripple. It's glowing still, so you can't see past it until slowly the crown, top of the head of the Warforged begins to rise out of it. It steps up, and on bended hand and knee, raises its head, looks up at you all, and with a familiar voice, you hear, "Well, I'll be damned."
Oh! Oh, shit!
And that's
Papa
going to
Brass?
You sound bitch. Sound bitch.
Yeah. So,
You sound bitch.
thank you everyone
Oh my God.
for watching our return. And in 2 weeks, we will see quite possibly the return of the mentor of this group of deputies.
Oh, shit! Except for how
My thanks again.
You know what?
My thanks again to Victor. Hold on, I think I'm freezing.
We love you,
It's a
Victor.
pleasure.
Just a moment.
I
Okay.
love you all.
My thanks
Always a
again to
pleasure.
Victor for being our guest player, and for everyone who is watching. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the follow-up for chapter 2 of our brand new season.
Gang,
And
gang.
with that,
Woo!
we just say thank you,
Be diced.
and we will see you next time when it's time to be diced.
Yep.